What if you could make your meals up to 73% healthier without changing what you eat or how much you eat? No diets, no calorie counting, no giving up your favorite foods. Sounds impossible, right? But science says otherwise. In fact, researchers have discovered a simple method that changes how your body reacts to food. And all it takes is eating your meals in a slightly different order. Yes, just rearranging the way you eat your salad, main dish, and sides can dramatically lower your blood sugar spikes, stabilize your energy, and reduce cravings, all without any extra effort. Whether you're managing blood sugar or just want to feel less tired after meals, this is something everyone can benefit from. And the best part, you can start doing it today with no special ingredients, no planning, and no cost. Let's break down the science behind this surprisingly powerful trick and show you how it can transform your health from the inside out. As people age, it's common to experience fatigue after meals, difficulty concentrating, and a frequent urge to snack, especially on sweets. Many assume this is just part of getting older, but in reality, these symptoms often trace back to one hidden cause: unstable blood sugar. Even without diabetes, large spikes in blood sugar can happen throughout the day, especially after eating certain foods. These spikes can lead to energy crashes, weight gain, poor sleep, and even memory issues. Over time, repeated glucose spikes put strain on the body, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and inflammation. What's most concerning is that these spikes often go unnoticed. People may feel off or constantly tired without realizing their blood sugar is swinging up and down. But there's a simple and effective way to minimize these swings, and it doesn't involve medication, restrictive diets, or complicated plans. Modern nutrition often focuses on what we eat, counting calories, reducing sugar, avoiding fats. But recent research suggests that how we eat, specifically the order in which we eat the components of a meal, may be just as important, especially for managing blood sugar. A 2015 study published in Diabetes Care revealed a powerful insight. Participants ate the exact same foods with the same calories and portions, but in different orders. One group ate their vegetables first, followed by proteins and fats, and finally their carbohydrates like bread and juice. The other group ate everything in random order, as most people do. The results were striking. Those who followed the vegetable protein carb sequence had a 73% smaller spike in blood sugar after meals, despite eating the same food. Why does this happen? The answer lies in how our digestive system processes food. When fiber-rich vegetables are eaten first, they create a natural barrier in the stomach. This slows down the absorption of sugars that come later in the meal. Proteins and fats further delay digestion, giving the body more time to process carbohydrates gradually. As a result, glucose enters the bloodstream at a slower, more stable rate, avoiding the sharp rise and fall that can lead to fatigue, cravings, and long-term health risks. This simple technique doesn't require special diets, supplements, or lifestyle overhauls. It's about adjusting the sequence of foods already on your plate. And unlike many health strategies, this one is easy to adopt, costs nothing, and has immediate benefits. For older adults whose metabolism and insulin sensitivity often change with age, this approach can be especially helpful. It supports steady energy, reduces inflammation, and may even contribute to better cognitive function, simply by changing the way a meal is eaten. The method is simple. Eat your food in a specific sequence. Vegetables first, proteins and fats second, and carbohydrates last. This order supports better blood sugar control and more stable energy throughout the day. Let's break it down clearly. Step 1. Start with vegetables. These are your fiber-rich foods. Leafy greens, broccoli, cauliflower, green beans, carrots, cabbage, tomatoes, whether raw, cooked, or pickled, all count. Fiber slows down digestion and forms a gentle layer in the stomach that helps regulate how quickly sugar enters the bloodstream. Step 2. Follow with proteins and fats. Think of eggs, fish, poultry, cheese, nuts, seeds, tofu, or healthy oils like olive oil. These foods help you feel full longer and slow the emptying of the stomach, reducing the speed at which carbohydrates are absorbed. Step 3. End with carbohydrates. This includes bread, pasta, rice, potatoes, fruit juice, desserts, anything starchy or sweet. Eaten last, these foods will have a much smaller impact on your blood sugar compared to when they're eaten first or alone. Why does this sequence work so effectively? It controls how quickly glucose, the sugar from carbs, enters the bloodstream. Instead of a sudden spike, which often leads to a crash, the rise in blood sugar is slower and gentler. That means less strain on your body and a lower likelihood of post-meal tiredness or sugar cravings. It's important to note that this technique is not a diet. It doesn't ask you to eat less, remove certain foods, or count anything. You still enjoy your usual meals, just in a slightly different order. And you don't need to wait between steps. Eating the elements of your meal in sequence is enough. This simple habit, once learned, becomes second nature. Whether at home or dining out, starting with a side salad or a few vegetables is all it takes to activate the benefits. It's a small change, with big results. To understand why the order of food matters, it helps to picture how digestion works. After a meal, food travels from the mouth to the stomach, then into the small intestine. In the intestine, the body breaks the food down into molecules small enough to enter the bloodstream. When we eat carbohydrates, like bread, pasta, or fruit, they break down into glucose, a type of sugar that gives the body energy. But here's the catch. When glucose enters the blood too quickly, it causes a spike in blood sugar. That spike may leave you feeling alert at first, but it's often followed by a sharp drop, leading to fatigue, hunger, mood swings, or cravings shortly after eating. So how does food order change that? When you begin a meal with fiber-rich vegetables, something important happens. The fiber creates a kind of gentle barrier along the walls of your stomach and intestines. This barrier doesn't stop digestion, but it slows down how quickly glucose is absorbed. Next, when protein and fat are eaten, they naturally delay the stomach from emptying its contents into the intestine, a process known as gastric emptying. This further stretches out how long it takes glucose to appear in the bloodstream. Finally, when carbohydrates are eaten last, their glucose reaches the blood more slowly and steadily. The result, a smoother blood sugar curve, no sharp rise, no crash, and far less stress on the body. Think of your stomach like a kitchen sink, and your intestines like the drain. If you pour water, glucose, directly in, it rushes through the pipe. But if you line the sink with a sponge, fiber and fats, the flow slows down. That's exactly what this eating order does. And the impact is not just short-term. Repeated glucose spikes over months or years can contribute to weight gain, insulin resistance, and even chronic diseases. Slowing those spikes helps protect long-term health, one meal at a time. As we age, our bodies naturally become more sensitive to blood sugar fluctuations. The systems that once handled glucose efficiently may slow down, and insulin, the hormone that helps move sugar out of the bloodstream, may not work as effectively as it once did. This is why many people over 60 experience things like energy crashes after meals, increased hunger, weight gain around the waist, or even develop prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. What's concerning is that these changes often happen silently. Many people feel just a bit tired or notice their appetite increasing without realizing their blood sugar is playing a major role. That's why controlling glucose spikes becomes especially important in later years. Reducing these spikes helps protect the body from inflammation, fatigue, and hormone imbalances. It also supports heart health, brain function, and stable mood. In fact, blood sugar control has been linked to sharper memory, better sleep, and fewer food cravings, all of which can significantly improve daily quality of life. By keeping glucose levels stable, people often report clearer thinking, fewer afternoon slumps, and more consistent energy throughout the day. Importantly, eating in the right order offers these benefits without strict diets or major lifestyle changes. There's no need to cut out favorite foods or track every bite. The body responds positively simply because the nutrients are entering in a smarter, slower way. This makes it an ideal strategy for older adults. Something practical, gentle, and science-backed. It fits seamlessly into everyday life, whether eating at home or at a restaurant. For those managing or hoping to prevent conditions like type 2 diabetes, this habit can be an essential tool. But even for those who simply want to feel better after meals, it's a powerful and low-effort place to start. Putting this method into practice is easier than it may sound. You don't need to change what you eat, just how you eat it. The goal is to start every meal with fiber-rich vegetables, follow with proteins and fats, and finish with carbohydrates. At home, this can be as simple as beginning lunch or dinner with a small plate of salad, steamed vegetables, or even pickled vegetables like cucumbers or sauerkraut. These foods don't need to be fancy or expensive. Even a few cherry tomatoes or some cooked spinach will do the trick. After that, move on to the protein or fat portion of your meal. This could be eggs, fish, meat, cheese, beans, or nuts. Then enjoy the carbohydrate portion, such as rice, bread, pasta, potatoes, fruit, or dessert, at the end of the meal. There's no need to wait between foods, just eat them in that order, all within the same mealtime. When eating out at a restaurant, this approach is still very doable. If the meal arrives all on one plate, like a sandwich, pasta, or mixed dish, simply ask for a small salad or side of vegetables to begin with. Even a small vegetable appetizer or a handful of olives can help start the process. And if separating foods isn't practical, for example, when eating a casserole or layered dish, one easy workaround is to add a veggie starter before the main meal. This could be a bowl of vegetable soup, a few raw veggies with dip, or some roasted peppers. It takes only a few extra minutes, but sets your body up for a gentler glucose response. For those with limited time or appetite, even a few bites of vegetables before the rest of the meal is better than nothing. The goal is consistency, not perfection. This small habit, repeated daily, can have a powerful cumulative effect, improving energy, digestion, and overall health without restriction, stress, or medication. Small changes often make the biggest difference, especially when it comes to long-term health. Eating your food in the right order is one of those rare habits that's simple to follow, costs nothing, and delivers real measurable benefits. This method doesn't ask for sacrifice. You don't need to give up bread, skip dessert, or count every bite. You're not being told what not to eat, only how to enjoy your meals in a more body-friendly way, and the effects go beyond blood sugar. People who follow this eating pattern often report improved digestion, fewer cravings for sweets, more stable energy throughout the day, and even better sleep at night. For older adults in particular, these improvements can help restore a sense of control over how the body feels, one meal at a time. It's also a great starting point for those who feel overwhelmed by health advice. With so many diets, supplements, and restrictions out there, it's easy to feel confused or discouraged. This is different. It's gentle, it's based on clear science, and it works with your current routine, not against it. So next time you sit down to eat, just remember, vegetables first, proteins and fats second, carbohydrates last. No rush, no rules, no pressure, just a quiet shift in how you approach the same foods, and a better outcome for your body. This one small step can become a powerful habit. Whether you're managing blood sugar, hoping to avoid future health issues, or simply wanting to feel more balanced and energized, this is a safe, natural place to begin. Give it a try, and let time and consistency do the rest.